Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for a deep dive into a topic I think we can all relate to?
Oh, absolutely. Let's do it.
Teenage rebellion.
Ah, yes.
That's fun part.
It's fun, right? Well, hopefully we can make it a little less, a little more fun. We're diving into a guide today that gives 5 tips for navigating. It's like navigating a hurricane, right? Teenage rebellion. We're not just going to tell you what the 5 tips are, though. We're going to bring in the big guns,
Yes.
our expert here,
Let's go dupe.
to really break down the why behind it all so you can use this information like practically, right?
That's the goal.
All right, so tip number 1, stay calm and listen. Oh my gosh.
Easier said than done, right?
Way easier said than done.
Mm.
I can think of about a million times when my kids were little where
This was very hard. This is
Yeah.
like, you're getting reports from the teacher and,
Mhm.
this is hard. But the thing is, this guide really emphasizes that it's not just about like gritting your teeth and bearing it. It's about really actively listening, even when it's the last thing you want to do.
And you know what? I think it's helpful for parents to remember what's actually going on in the teenage brain because the prefrontal cortex, which is like the CEO of the brain, the part that's responsible for decision making and impulse control, it's not fully developed yet.
Really?
Yeah, so those outbursts, that drama, it's not always intentional manipulation. Their brains are literally still under construction.
So it's like they can't help it.
In a way,
So I'm not going crazy. Okay.
I'm not going crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good to know. The guide also talks about validating their feelings.
And I thought this was really interesting. So like instead of shutting them down, you're saying, "Hey, I hear you. You're feeling frustrated."
Mm.
Does that really work?
It does because it shows them that you're trying to understand their experience, even if you don't agree with their actions. That validation can really de-escalate a situation.
Wow. That's powerful.
It is.
So you're not saying what they're doing is okay. You're just saying you hear what they're saying.
Exactly.
Okay.
I like that.
It's a subtle but important difference.
Okay. All right. On to tip number 2, set clear boundaries.
Okay. I'm a big rules girl.
Structure is good.
I need like the line. I'm like, stay inside the lines when you color kind of girl.
Yeah.
So I love this one. I always use the example of like a basketball game. Like you need rules for a reason,
Absolutely.
or it's just chaos,
Oh,
right?
it'd be a free-for-all. Total chaos.
Nobody knows what they're doing. So
Yeah.
tell me a little bit about like why are boundaries so important?
They provide a sense of structure and security, which, believe it or not, teenagers actually crave. Even though they might fight against it deep down, knowing what the expectations are, knowing what the consequences are, it actually helps them feel safe.
Okay, that's interesting, and that leads us to consequences, right?
Right, because when boundaries are crossed, there need to be consequences. But, and this is crucial, the guide emphasizes that those consequences should be logical and related to the behavior. It's not about punishment, it's about teaching a lesson.
So like not just you're grounded for life.
Exactly. You broke my favorite vase, you're grounded for life. No. Instead of that, think about what makes sense. Missed curfew. Okay, maybe they lose car privileges for a week. The consequence should fit the action.
Okay, so we're teaching them cause and effect. We're guiding them, not just like freaking out.
Exactly. It's about being thoughtful and proactive, not reactive.
I love that. Okay, tip number 3. This one's tough. Show empathy and understanding.
Oh, that can be really hard, especially when you're in the thick of it.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, well, what if they're being totally unreasonable?
I know, it's tough. But here's the thing. What if you try to put yourself back in their shoes? Remember what it was like to be a teenager. Remember those big feelings, the constant questioning, the feeling like nobody understands you. That's what your kid is going through right now. They're trying to figure out who they are, what they believe in, and that can be really messy.
Yeah, you forget. Like you really do. You forget what it's like.
We block it out.
Yeah.
And then we have teenagers and it all comes back.
Yeah, you're like, oh, this is what I was like. Oh, man. Okay, tip number 4, encourage open communication.
This is key.
Okay, so we all know communication is important, but how do we actually make it happen with teenagers?
Hmm.
They're not exactly known for, like, sitting down and having heart-to-hearts, are they?
No, not really. But here's the thing. They're more likely to open up if they feel like they're not being judged or lectured to. So instead of forcing those formal sit-down conversations, try to create those little moments of connection.
Give me an example.
Sure, maybe it's in the car on the way to school, or maybe it's while you're making dinner together.
Oh, I like that.
Just those little moments where you can have a real back and forth, where you're asking questions and really listening to their answers.
So it's about building that trust so they feel comfortable coming to you.
Exactly.
Okay, I love that. And finally, tip number 5, choose your battles.
I love this one.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because come on, are we really gonna die on the hill of like, their messy bedroom?
Right. Is it worth the fight every single day?
Or the fact that they wear the same sweatpants 5 days in a row?
Pick your battles.
Exactly.
Ask yourself, is this behavior or this issue truly harming them or going against our family's values? Or is it just an annoyance?
I love that.
Because if we're constantly battling over every little thing, it creates this negative atmosphere, and they're going to start tuning us out. They're never going to listen to us about the important stuff if we're on them about every little thing.
Exactly.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so we've gone through all 5 tips. It seems like they're all kind of connected, wouldn't you say?
They really are. It's all about building a healthier, stronger relationship with your teenager.
Because teenage rebellion, this is a part of growing up.
It is. It's normal.
They're trying to find their independence. They're trying to figure out who they are. And we can either choose to fight against that or we can try to understand it.
And guide them through it.
Yes.
I love that.
Because it's a journey, not a battle.
That's so good. It's a journey, not a battle. I love it. Well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive into teenager rebellion.
There you have it. We hope you got a lot out of it. And remember, stay calm, listen, set those boundaries, show empathy, keep those lines of communication open, and choose your battles wisely.
You got this.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.